why put the listing on if you don't have like the budget for the role? Because I like uprooted my life to move over here, and now my job is getting eliminated after 3 months.
Big dog. Outside.
We are seeing more people record themselves when they think they're about to get laid off. And most times when you think you're about to get laid off, 98% of the time that turns out to be what's about to happen. Like, you kind of just know in your gut, like, oh gosh, I'm about to get laid off. Like, no one's safe unless you are a recruiter or you work in HR. I don't see HR getting laid off. If they are, let me know in the comments if HR is getting laid off. Let's get into it.
So last night at like 10 o'clock, I got a calendar invite from the COO of my company with just me, the CEO, and him copied on it. So a 3-person meeting. I have no idea what this is about. My first suspicion is that I'm getting fired. I don't know, but I haven't had any warnings before about my performance or anything. So it's just really odd to get a calendar invite out of the blue from the CEO and COO for the following morning. I'm about to join the Zoom meeting and I'm going to film. Joining. And it's only 15 minutes long. Hello.
Hey, Grace.
Hi. How are you guys? Gotcha. Well, honestly, I really enjoyed my time working with you guys. You all have been awesome to work with, I think, the past 9 months. Yeah, just overall really grateful for this experience and wish you guys the best. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Guess I'm a full-time influencer now.
Hi, Gabrielle.
Hi.
Gabrielle.
Hi.
Gabrielle, thanks for taking time to meet with us today. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
As company's priorities this year is to execute against the larger, that means our division needs to prioritize the areas of business that have the most potential for growth, while also taking the difficult but necessary measures to reduce costs and streamline operations. We've been asked to examine our department and take a closer look at our resources to ensure we're operating as efficiently as possible. Unfortunately, this has resulted in your role being impacted, and as of today, you will be relieved of your job responsibilities. Please know that this was a difficult decision, and we thought a lot about how our teams need to be reorganized, reimagined to best support our strategy and the business as a whole. I know this news is hard to hear and that you may have questions, but I want to thank you for your contributions to the team. Regarding the details of your exit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions?
So is this just like a company cut, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just like a little confused because why put the listing on if you don't have like the budget for the role? Because I like uprooted my life to move over here, and now my job is getting eliminated after 3 months.
Gabrielle, I can understand that would be a difficult thing to process. These decisions are taken at the time of your hiring. That was not part of the strategy, but this has been more recent. If you read in the trades today that this is happening company-wide, it's part of the company's broader strategy and not at the station level.
Okay. I just want to know too, like, was at the time I was there, I just hope my performance and skill set, showed off and that I did a good job while I was in the role. Is there any feedback on that?
This decision isn't in any way based upon your performance.
Okay.
This is just part of the overall company's broader strategy.
Okay.
Okay, get ready with me to get laid off. Except this isn't a joke. This is all too real. The only joke is I'm obviously not going to do my makeup because I'm going to be crying in like 30 seconds anyways. Ooh, if I think about it too much, I'm a goner. Okay, I went with this sweatshirt because it's just like light, happy, just like me. The only thing is when I develop a stress rash right here, inevitably, in like a few minutes, it's gonna be a very stark contrast, but that's not my job to contain that. In case you're thinking to yourself, like, wow, she's handling this so well with such grace and aplomb, like such a positive outlook. Tricked you. Tricked you. No, I'm method acting. I'm just convincing myself I'm in a happy, funny, silly mood until this is over because this is unfortunately, very, very sadly, this is the 5th time that this has happened to me since I graduated college 2.5 years ago. So this is not my first rodeo, but it truly does not get easier, and I never know how to handle it. It's so awkward and so uncomfortable. So I'm not going to lean into the sadness and the despair and the disappointment and the sheer fear of what the hell my life is going to be after this until after this call. And once this call is over, literally no one talked to me. Thank you.
So I think I'm getting laid off today. I got an email for my manager and HR in about a half hour, so we'll see. Well, here we go.
Really specifically, we've made a really difficult decision to reduce the number of client support roles that we have. Lucy, your position's been identified as one having impact.
Dollars. We'll pay that within 7 days of you signing off in the final release. It's pretty standard paperwork. Can I get your personal email address for us to send that letter to?
lindsayx@yahoo.com.
All right, perfect. In terms of logistics, we'll call today your last day. You don't have to join any extra meetings, and we absolutely can be done actually when we wrap up this call. We'll have you return any company property. You can coordinate that with Lisa. It should be pretty easy. I recognize that you probably did not expect to have this call this morning, and you'll probably have questions that are forming in your mind now or will come up in the coming days. You're welcome to email me or Lisa with those. You can call us. If there's anything specific I can answer for you now, I'm happy to try to do so. I'll answer what I can. It's also fine if you want to take some time and kind of process everything and then get back to us. That's up to you.
It's fine, thank you.
Okay. I'll have Con send over that paperwork for you. Take a look at it. Let us know if you have any questions. Like I said, it's pretty standard. And then as soon as we get that and your laptop and stuff back, then we'll get that severance check cut for you and get it out to you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
People in tech, I don't know if you've read this Wall Street Journal article about this Berkeley professor whose 4.0 computer science students are just not getting jobs. I went to a coding boot camp, and so people love arguing with me saying how you need a degree in this economy to get a job. And to that, I point to this article like, no, you don't need a degree because even a degree is not enough. We've reached that point where it truly just does not matter where and how you got your education because everyone is fucked. And I think what people aren't talking about is not only are we competing with one another for a job, but we're also competing with technology. We're trying to convince companies of the value of a human perspective, a human worker versus an AI worker, a computer. I don't mean to be so depressing. It's just this article really, oof.
I got a random meeting on my calendar. I feel like, and there's a bunch of them on this other lady's calendar. I hope I'm not getting fired. I will die. Someone else is in there. I'm getting fired. Oh my god, I'm getting fired. Hello.
Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I asked, who I think you know, to join us for this call. She is our HR representative. We've got some updates we'd like to share with you this morning.
Okay.
So as you know, we have been working with to help us identify the best way forward for Avon this last period of time. And while we originally believed that we would be integrating with, we've instead determined that it was a best for us to refocus the agency to an independent agency, and in doing so, we've initiated a buyback of it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, as you may know, the lack of growth and the decline in our client revenue has negatively impacted our business beyond what we can sustain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's forced us to make what are very difficult decisions to eliminate roles within the agency. And this includes the elimination of your role, making today your last day. Please know that it was a very difficult decision. You may be told we're not using the last couple of years, and we have utmost respect and gratitude for what you've done and what you've given. At this point, I would turn over to you so she can take you through some of the next steps.
Email will be hanging up shortly. And, once you get the chance to review and look everything over, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer any and all questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather. I wish you the best.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, I want to give you 4 signs that you're about to get laid off or you're about to lose your job. 4 signs that I've learned along my journey. Outside of it being a toxic work environment, here are 4 signs that you need to look for if you're about to get laid off or about to get fired. Number 1, when your manager or someone on your team, like a team lead, starts to ask specific questions about your job duties. They should know what you do. They should be aware of your project. So when they start asking specific questions, they want to know so that when your role is reopened, they can have all the information they need to refill it. So that's number 1. Number 2, your coworkers and your manager start to distance themselves from you. They used to talk to you all the time, but now they're not talking to you. They've distanced themselves. Number 3, you can feel it. You can sense it. You're dreaming about it. Some people call that intuition or discernment. For those who are Christians, we call that a warning from the Holy Spirit. And number 4, your manager has stopped talking about career growth. That is the main red flag that you're either about to get laid off or fired. So, number 1, they're asking specific details about your job that they already should know. Number 2, they're distancing themselves from you, your coworkers and your manager. Number 3, you can feel it, you can sense it, you've dreamed it. And number 4, your manager stops talking about career growth and career development. Stay encouraged, start looking for a new job, update your resume, update your LinkedIn, and don't worry. Greater is still ahead.
We have been recently reviewing the performance of all of our team members, and we have chose a pool of people that we actually feel are underperforming. Well, historically, looking at your targets and how you've been performing, you're actually 77% below.
Yeah, but historically, as you're talking, I was hitting way, way, way above target. I'm still on 102%. That's not underperforming. I'm still making the company a hell of a lot of money.
We're concerned about the downward trend. I mean, you were, of course, overperforming in the early days, but as that seems to be going, less and less at the moment, we're very concerned that might continue to the point where you actually are severely underperforming and costing the business money.
I'm sorry, this doesn't seem legitimate in the slightest.
When you look at the actual spreadsheets, we can see that back in November, you hit 197%. And 102 that you're on currently is really severely damaging for the company. We're losing a lot of money because you're not working as hard. You don't want to stay overtime and help your other team members. You're suddenly like, yeah, it's 7 p.m. I need to clock out. This isn't proper teamwork.
Can I just say that I work a lot of overtime. I work in the evenings. When my children have gone to bed, I actually sit down and do work as well. Like, you can't say that I'm clocking out early. I'm actually working more hours than I should.
What you think is your best is not what's the best for the company. We have other people who are actually pulling the 60 hours, making sure the projects are way ahead of the deadlines. Our clients are happy, and you're the only person who actually sends the report within 5 minutes of the deadline. There's no time for us to review and make sure if there's any additional changes. To me, it feels like you're slacking.
I don't understand why my line manager isn't in this meeting. I don't think my line manager has any issues whatsoever with my performance.
This is no concern for Ms. Chan. Ms. Chan is on annual leave today, so we've just decided to go ahead and have this meeting because every additional day that we keep you on costs us money.
You've not even given me any notice. Like, what am I supposed to do?
We're giving you a notice right now, aren't we, Paul?
This is under the terms of your contract. If you do actually read the small print, you will find that the company does reserve the right to give a shorter notice period due to underperformance and lack of standards.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I think we can pay her for extra week.
An extra week?
We're not horrible people, are we?
Interesting times that we're in, where we get to see people getting laid off, like behind the scenes, like you get to hear their tonality, their excuse, and it's like, oh, don't take it personal, we just have to do budget cuts. No, I'm taking it very personal because you're messing with my livelihood. Like, how did you pick me out of the lineup? It's personal. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Big dog. Outside my body, I'm on one.